Now that I have found my first part that lambda is equals to 1, I'm going to write, okay, fx is equals to 1 minus x plus 2 squared. I don't have to find inverse because you must know that the inverse is a reflection on the line y equals to x. Okay, if you do not know, please refer to the previous videos, okay, to understand why is it so. Now for this, if we are going to draw this, I know that the maximum point is at negative 2, comma 1. So this is the maximum point and it doesn't include. Okay, I need to find out my x-intercept. So when x equals to 0, I know that my y is equals to 1 minus 4, and that is negative 3. Okay, and that probably is the more important one. I know that it's going to cut below down here. In fact, let's draw a better one. I'm going to turn down and then cut at negative 3. Okay, actually the x-intercept doesn't matter. Okay, the x-intercept doesn't matter. For now, let's see how it goes. Okay, so I'm going to draw the line y equals to fx. Sorry, y equals to x. Okay, because this is a reflection, I know that in reflection of y equals to x, all the x will become y, all the y will become x. So negative 2 comma 1 will now become 1 comma negative 2. And where is 1 comma negative 2? So this is 1 and then this is negative 2. So this is the starting point of f inverse x. Okay, now it will go down and cut y at negative 3. So the y becomes x, right? This guy will go up and cut negative 3 at the x value. So it is a quadratic curve. You need to curve it in this way. And these two graphs will always intersect at the line y equals to x. So I have a point here that I need to intersect. Okay, I need to turn it. Okay, so this is like not the best. Okay, you have to find a way such that it turns here. Okay, I'm going to do it this way. Yeah, now it doesn't intersect, right? So let's go back again. Okay, and make sure it intersect. Yeah, over here. So this is 1 comma negative 2. Okay, so just make sure that you know, number one, the y coordinate becomes the x coordinate, the x coordinate becomes the y coordinate, and the graph must cut at y equals to x. Okay, so this is the red one is for y equals to f inverse. You don't even need to find out what is f inverse. Now, next, the question is asking you also to sketch f inverse x. So f inverse x, you must straight away know that it becomes x. But the domain is different. So the domain of f inverse, there is a video on f inverse. You can go in front and look at it if you're not very sure about f inverse. Domain of f inverse depends on the domain of f inverse. And the domain of f inverse is actually dependent on the range of f. So I go back to the first part of the video. What is the range of f? You see that it's over here. It's from negative infinity to lambda. So in this case, we are talking about x must be less than 1. Okay, x less than 1, it just means that over here, because when x is 1, this is 1 comma 1, and it cannot be equals to. So you need to draw a full line from here downwards because it says x less than 1. The dotted line on top can just leave it there because that is the line of reflection that you want. So I'm going to use green for this part. Okay, I have to start here because x cannot be 1 and I'm going to go downwards. Follow the y equals to x. So this green one is called f inverse. Now remember, f inverse is always equals to x. So you do not have to find out what is f inverse, okay, and then put it, or you do not even have to find the equation. Immediately you write f inverse is equals to x, okay, and this is how you draw this graph of f and f inverse and f inverse x. Okay, be careful. You must always state the domain of f inverse because f inverse, the domain will depend on the domain of f inverse and it depends on the range of f. Okay, and the next part many students screw up is when you want to find fx equals to f inverse x. At this point, the question didn't ask you to find f inverse at all. Okay, so you must know that, look at the graph, fx, f inverse, f inverse, and y equals to x. They all intersect at the same point. Okay, so when you see this kind of question, always just say, okay, this is the part where fx is equals to x. Okay, so the question wants an exact answer. All I need to do is to equate the fx equals to x. 1 minus x plus 2 square equals to x. Open it up. 1 equals to, sorry, I bring it over first. I like to do with positive numbers. Okay, 1 equals to x plus x squared plus 4x plus 4. And then you will have a quadratic equation, x squared plus 5x plus 3 equals to 0. And since the question wants it to be exact, you have to use your quadratic formula, plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a, and then you will get minus 5 plus minus, that's 25 minus 12, so 13 over 2. Now, can you see the point of intersection is in the negative part? I only want the negative part, so therefore x is equals to minus 5 minus square root 13 over 2. Why? Because x must be less than 0. You can write 0, it doesn't matter, or you can write less than 1, okay, because that is the point of intersection. So important point of this video is that, number 1, when you want to draw f inverse and ff inverse, okay, they will all meet at the same point. It's a reflection on the line y equals to x, and ff inverse is talking about y equals to x, but you have to highlight the correct domain. Okay, and next, if the question is asking for fx equals to f inverse x, always use this. Okay, they are equal.